Bizarre Brain Comics. The Dark Librarian. Hello, my comic book fiends. This is the Dark Librarian, and I'm here to share some of my terror tomes with you. Oh, yes. Since we're getting into October, the spooky Halloween month, we will peruse a few tomes of terror tales. And here we'll just look at a few. Yes, here here we are from 1974. Ooh. From Charlton Comics. The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, number 48. This great Wayne Howard cover. Unfortunately, it doesn't have anything inside it, though. And it's very... makes you think, wonder what's going on, what's going to happen. Oh. And then, but inside we have some Satan's Angels. Have a story by Joe Gill and Tom Sutton doing the artwork here. Is very stylized. Tom Sutton did his work. Did a lot of varied work. And this actually looks like it might be a little bit on the rushed side, but yes, motorcyclist with horns on his helmet, or attached to his helmet, because he's got horns on his head. And we have a story written by Joe Gill, who wrote so much for Charlton Comics. He is credited as being one of the most prolific comic book writers. And this one's got art by Pat Boyette. We don't see a whole lot of his stuff in these. He was mostly doing the more adventurous stuff, but like the Phantom stuff. Then the last story is Death Scenes. This one's written by Johnny Walker. Maybe he was drinking at the time. With art by Steve Ditko, and this is our cover story. And but at this time, Steve Ditko's art just wasn't up to snuff. It kind of looks like it was more rushed at this time. Not like when he was doing Spider-Man or the Charlton superhero stuff, but then he still has some nice stuff every once in a while. It's a very good. Of course, he's an expert at very good visual storytelling, etc. But some of his draftsmanship was a bit on the shoddy side later in his life in the 70s and 80s, and I think that might have been because he may have just been more interested in saving time and his effort for his own projects. I don't know. Then here is The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, number 60. This is a 30-center. This one was 25 cents. So this was about probably a little over a year later. And this has a really, really nice Tom Sutton cover painting on it. That's really, really nice. And Lord Underweger. This is, I saw his name earlier, I think. And I don't see it now, but I can't remember this artist's name. It's very nicely done on that one. And then there's some more. This is who was that? It's a different story. I can't get the pages apart. There we go. Theater of Fear. And this one doesn't have any credits on it either. But it's kind of neat, is the cartoonish little characters here. And then another Steve Ditko story. Actually, this story looks the most interesting. The little people, some little people. But it's not what you think. And then here is The Mini Ghosts of Dr. Graves, number 69. This is 50 cents. So, and just nine issues. It went up from 35, from 30 cents to 50 cents. And of course, it was probably a couple years. This is what, 81. Oh, that's why. Yeah, because this is probably a reprint then. Yeah. I didn't realize that. And it's got some real nice artwork. Nice spooky stuff. Is this one Wayne Howard? No, I don't think so. But yeah, it could be. Some of the stuff kind of reminds me of it. But it's some real nice work on that one. And I think one or more of these I may have done. Oh, here's Jim. No, come on, find the place. Written by Steve Skeets, Jim Aparo. Oh, geez, getting old. I couldn't remember his last name. The Girl in the Dreams. So this was definitely a reprint, because this was would have been from about probably 10 years before just before Jim Aparo moved over to DC. But it's a nice one. And then we have, here's another Pat Boyette drawing The Perfect Crime. And spooks. There we go. Then, still keeping with Charlton, is Monster Hunters #1. I have done a whole episode on this, on a story from this issue, but I still wanted to show it. And I wish I had more that could come across more, because this is Monster Hunters #1, and I just never see those. And this is another, I think Tom Sutton colored, I'll get it, painted cover with a little bit of Joe Staton. And then now we go with Wayne Howard, and I this is the story that I talked about, because this was and then Pat Morisi. It's a really nice draftsmanship in that one. And then Paul Kirchner is the artist on this one, The Hoax. And that was a good one as well. Then we jump to number 13, Monster Hunters number 13. So it's quite a while later, because that's 78. And again, some real nice. I like the Monster Hunters, because the main characters are usually involved in a first story, and then in the later stories are being told. It's actually reprints from other stuff. This has got what's her name, Winnie the Witch, I think, is telling the story. And then here's still another Charlton book, and this one with a nice Pat Boyette painted cover. Still Charlton. This one's 20 cents, so we're back to the early 70s for this one. 73 with the Wolf Howls for You. I think I did an episode featuring this one too, with the Ditko art. And then we go to Nicholas and Wayne Howard. Yeah, Wayne Howard. And The Evil One. Some nice stuff. Nice spooky things. Of course, tame for kids. And then here we go with the main story, the cover story, The Wizard, with Joe Gill writing and the Pat Boyette art. And this is one I went into. It's nice artwork. And that's all of the Charlton books. But then we're going to take a little turn to the more humorous side. I think I covered Creepsville from Go-Go Comics. This is from 1991. This first one, #1. And I did this a whole episode on this one a couple of years ago. And then I covered another issue, I think it was last year, and showed these. But I wanted to show them again. Some beautiful cover painting there. And I don't remember who the artist is. But then for the contrast, you see the inside. It is humorous horror. And it's a little Archie-ish, and more with the interior art style. And it's Invasion of the Martian Man, because this is basically parodying the 1950s horror and science fiction movies set in the town of Creepsville, and some really nice art. And that's issue 1, and here is issue 2. But this, I don't think, is the real issue 2. This is because this is from a different publisher, because this is 96, that was 91. So this is from a different publisher, Laughing Reindeer Press, and a completely different style of art on the cover. But of course the interior is the same, and still lots of fun and silliness in a horror vein. A nice painted cover on the back, or painting on the back. Same thing with that first issue. Real nice. Nicely done cover. Okay, then issue 3, the real issue 3 of Creepsville. A completely different artist, but still just a wonderful painted cover. Of course, inspired by when dinosaurs ruled the earth. No, 1 million years BC. Issue number 3, and of course still the the same kind of stuff. Of course, and that parodies that, because they found just behind the town a valley filled with dinosaurs and stuff, keeping with that theme. And then we're going to finish the whole thing up here with Creepsville number 5, and this is Halloween Land. And I think this is the one I did last year. And it's all, of course, it's all about Halloween and creepy stuff and interdimensional creepy things. But it's it's a really fun read. They all are. And it's not just the nice art. So that's all I was going to share with you this time around. With some spooky October Halloween goodness. So I do want to thank you for joining me. And please like, share, and subscribe. And leave your comments down below. Which of these titles, or these books, looked most interesting to you? The more serious, mysterious, creepy stuff, or the humorous aspect, the more humorous side of horror, all that good stuff. Well, thank you for joining me, and remember, comics are art.